Welcome to another episode of the Get Naked on the Flow podcast.
Period.
And here with me is Taj Stone,
AKA.
aka TJ. I'm going to let Taj introduce himself to the podcast because I already know him, unfortunately.
Oh, shoot.
So,
we could cuss, right?
oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, whenever you are ready, go ahead and introduce yourself to the podcast.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Taj. You can call me TJ. I don't know. I am a author. I am a baker. I am a insurance agent. I am also a upcoming real estate agent, and then eventually real estate investor. Yeah, jack of many trades. That's the saying, right? Jack of many trades. Yeah. Born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas. Moved to Canada, I believe at the age of 16. So I've been in Canada for about like 7 years, and now I'm here in Alberta, Canada.
Before we start the podcast, cheers.
Cheers.
What is this we're drinking?
We are drinking pink gin and cranberry juice.
So, with that being said, Taj Stone,
Period.
I have to ask the question I ask everybody. Are you ready to get
naked? All day, every day. Period.
All right. So, now the reason why I wanted you on this podcast is because I know your story very well. And I know that your story is very layered. It's a layered story. So even though you might be your age, which is 22, like you've been through some things,
right?
That people who are like twice your age, like
probably would
never experience, right? So that's why I wanted to get your story. So let's go back a little bit because we have to start at not at the beginning, but so you moved here to Canada from
the Bahamas.
From the Bahamas.
Nassau.
From Nassau, okay. And first of all, was that your decision or was that influenced by somebody else?
It was a little bit of both. So initially, it was just supposed to be my sister. She was supposed to be moving by herself. And then at the time, I was going through like I guess you could say, a hard time with my father in terms of my sexuality. And the way we were going about coming to Canada as refugees. And my sister, she was going on the basis of, a sexual orientation and all of that stuff. And we all wanted to go to Canada. Me, my mom, and my sister. We all always wanted to go to Canada. We had like a little sticker on the dresser mirror, and it was a Air Canada sticker. So, and I think above it was like I can't remember the scripture, or not a scripture, but it was "This too shall pass," and it was the Air Canada symbol. So it was something we always wanted to do. But
so y'all manifested this.
We manifested this. And like I said, me and my dad, we were going through a rough time in terms of my sexuality. He had asked me the question. He was like, "Yo, you like girls or boys?" And I was like, "What you mean?"
I am the girl.
I was like, "What you mean? I don't understand the question." So I was like, "Girls, of course, but girl, hello." So, and he was like, I remember he was like, "Okay." Like, yeah, right. And I'm like, "So why are you asking me this question if you already know, the answer?" But anyway, so that happened, and that kind of like influenced us all to just move, because I'm like, okay, my sister, she's moving on the basis of her sexual orientation. So am I, like it just makes sense. And then my mom, she was going on the basis of domestic violence. because she also, like, that's a whole nother story with my mom. Um, and so we all decided to come to Canada together.
Interesting.
So it was like it. I guess you could say it was influence, but it also was like a part. Like it was something that I wanted to do. So a little bit of both.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
So now, when you say your sexuality, what
Mhm.
does that mean? What do you identify as? What is your
I
sexuality?
so I've been joking a lot whenever like people ask me what do I identify as, but I almost like I'm actually serious when I say that. But anyway, I identify as a gay man, but I also call myself a woman, so not a woman, a
Hmm.
woman.
Hold on.
There's, there's a difference. This is
Okay, let's. Okay, explain that to me.
so I say that because it's just something that I guess it's something I see because
Hmm.
I'm very very in tone with both my sexual no, sorry my feminine femininity and my masculinity. So that's why I say wo for obviously woman and man for man. So I just say I'm a woman.
Mm.
That's just what I call it. But obviously it's
Okay.
not a thing. Yeah, but it's just what I say. Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new one. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So now, okay. So since you've been in Canada for a while now, what was so when you first moved here?
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Because there's a lot of people who want to do what you did, what
Yeah.
we did,
Yeah.
but I don't think they realize that that comes with a lot of sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
That comes with a lot of struggle.
Yeah.
Whether you come here with money or not,
Or not.
that comes with a lot of struggle because you have to prove yourself to this country.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about your work experience. They don't care about your school.
No
They don't care
qualific.
about your
No.
degrees, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was that experience like for you?
Well, I came, I was in going to grade 11. So I kind of have like a different experience from a lot of people because a lot of people they came here when they were already adults.
Mhm.
But so I can only talk on my experience. Um but I remember when I started grade 11, I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I don't want anyone to look at me, breathe at me, nothing. I used to walk around school, hood on, and don't look at me like I don't know you. So I don't know why I was like that. Like it was just so new to me, I guess, and it's very very different from the schools back home in the Bahamas. Very very different, and just seeing a bunch of different people and like their way of life and how they present themselves and all of that stuff. It was just a lot.
Mhm.
I think it was overwhelming. So that's why I just was like, I just need to get through this. I just need to go to school and leave. That's it. Um, and then I also started working at Walmart. So I was going to school and working after school hours. And so I guess I kind of like I had to grow up pretty fast because of that. I had to help my mom with bills. Um, and yeah, it was hard. Like even before I started school, I wasn't in school for like a few months, and like we were the only source of income was OW, like the government support benefit. And I remember having to like lug groceries on the bus, and oh my god, like you can imagine lugging groceries during rush hour, like the bus is crammed, and you carrying bags and bags of groceries on your shoulder. Uh, it's the little things like
It's really
that.
the little things I
The
know.
little things like that people don't
I
like
know.
take into account. And um yeah, and then like having to also deal with the refugee case, making
Hmm.
sure that we got approved. Um and just having to get around, like having to find a place, and it was just a lot. Like we
Listen.
at some point we were sleeping on the floor, And our first apartment, we moved to, so we landed in Mississauga, stayed on the Airbnb. Then we lived in Toronto with you. And then after that, we moved to Hamilton. Hamilton is a city outside of Toronto, the GTA area. And the apartment had bed bugs. So that was a problem within itself.
I forgot about that.
Yes, like that was the first time I always heard people saying, "Oh, like don't let the bed bugs bite," but I didn't know it was like an actual thing, like it was an actual problem.
Mm-hmm.
And bed bugs are annoying to the point where like if they're in your place,
That's it.
that's it. So
That's it.
yeah.
I can relate to that so much because I remember when we first moved here, that was like almost 11 years ago. I remember it was winter time and we were going to Walmart to like get groceries and stuff, and it was cold as fuck. And I remember standing on that bus stop and I could not feel my toes. Nothing. And I said to myself, and I said to Rio at the time, I said, this is the last fucking time winter will catch me on a bus stop.
Okay.
Period. And I guarantee you, in a couple of months after that, hey, I was riding. I wasn't playing with that. That was no joke at all. So now I want to ask you a question. So when you all moved here, like pretty much a lot of people, like I did too, it was a struggle at first. I know you had some struggles back home too, like before you all moved here, right? I don't know like the details, but I know it was like it wasn't easy, especially after your parents split. Like I never had to experience that, so like I don't know how difficult that is. But do you have any resentment toward either of your parents for the struggle that you and your sister had to go through?
I guess I guess I could say kind of like slightly, like it just crossed my mind sometimes. Like don't get me wrong, my parents, they did their best. Like at some point we had a house, and like at the time I didn't realize how good we had it. We had I think it was a 1, 2, 3 bedroom. It could be turned into a 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom house. The backyard had a bar, a deck, nice, grass area or whatever. We had like a plum tree, a pepper tree, a lime tree. Like it was in a safe neighborhood. Our cousins lived across the street. We had it good. We had it good. And I guess, like, to answer your question, sometimes I do think I'm like, just like everyone else, we didn't ask to be here, you know.
Yeah.
And then now as like an adult, I think I'm like, would I have a child if I'm not 100% financially like stable? No, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, sometimes I question. I'm like, why did y'all have me if y'all weren't 100% financially stable? You know. So like that comes to mind sometimes, but other than that, like my parents, they did the best that they could have with what they had. And I also like, I'm not upset about it because it made me the person that I am today, honestly. Um, so I guess like to answer your question, it's a little bit of like both, like yes and no. Like to say, well, it's something that I think about constantly, no. But it crosses my mind sometimes, especially in like hard times. Like I'll be honest, especially in hard times, I'm like, if if I was just born into money, or if my parents had that foundation, maybe I wouldn't be going through this. And I just feel like that's like the natural human thing, But to say, well, I blame them, no, I don't. But yeah, I don't know if I'm contradicting myself, but
No.
So
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people like me who grew up just like you, two parents with a sibling, nice home, all that stuff. I think what a lot of people don't realize is that that could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Like our parents, I don't think you ever really 100% financially ready for stuff.
Mm.
Our parents, they like this their first time doing this too, like as far as we know.
Right.
So
Right.
like they were just trying to figure it out. Anything could have happened at any time. Growing up, my mom, she didn't work outside of the home. She was a homemaker.
Mm.
So sometimes it crossed my mind, I'm like, if they were to ever have split up back then, what would happen
Mm.
to my mom and me and my brother? Who knows? You understand what I'm saying? So
Yep.
like, and especially knowing your mom, you have a good mom.
Mm.
You have a good mother. Like she will, you know,
Yeah.
she will, she would die for y'all. Like you
Yeah.
know that. Like she literally. I don't know if she ever told y'all this. And I can talk her business. I don't know if she ever told y'all this, but like, yeah, she did want to move here. She did. Like,
Mm.
but honestly, not like fully, not like
Mm.
100%. She mainly did this because she wanted y'all to have like a fresh start and like more opportunity and
Yeah.
stuff. But like, she really, a part of her feels like she would have been better off if she stayed home and like figured that shit out over there,
Yep.
But like when you have kids, you ain't thinking about yourself like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, yeah, I appreciate that. So now you moved here to Canada. You went through the whole process, was successful,
Period.
period, clock that. So, when did you first start sucking dicks?
Woo!
You don't have to answer that. 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 But like,
Tell me why I started thinking, man, was the first
it
time
was
though.
like, let me check my calendar.
Let's circle back on that. Oh gosh.
But no, that's not my real question.
Mm.
So I want to know, like, did you have any regrets
Mm-hmm.
about moving here as a man, as a gay man? Did you have any regrets in terms of moving here and being able to like freely express yourself?
Any regrets?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. When I went, oh, I kind of skipping. Anyway, so recently I went back home.
Okay. I was gonna get to that.
I ain't gonna go too deep into it just yet.
Okay.
But yeah, recently I just went back home and I found myself having like anxiety with like, let's just say, because I had to like renew documents and all of that stuff because I hadn't been back home in years, and like going to road traffic to like do my license. I remember I'd be like, oh mommy, like go to the window, even though it has nothing to do with her.
Mm-hmm.
It's my turn to talk to the person, to cashier or whoever. And I'd be like, oh, like, and I just like my confidence went down a bit. um I had a lot more social anxiety, and that's simply because I was afraid to express myself. I was afraid to show my feminine mannerisms
Mm-hmm.
and all of that stuff because I know, not to say that I'm not comfortable with myself, but people out there, they stupid. Just because they're not comfortable with themselves and just because they see you, oh, look at this boy acting like a girl or whatever, they would do something stupid.
Yeah.
You can't put nothing past no one nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So, as simple as like, I don't know, like going to the liquor store and all the liquor stores back home, like they in the ghetto and all of that stuff. It's only like a few sensible liquor stores. Um, and I was afraid to get out the car and to or I always wanted someone to be there with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I am I no I love being in Canada now. Like being able to express myself without having not so much worry, because there's homophobia everywhere, but in Canada it's rare, or you wouldn't find a lot of people talking about it or being like homophobic about it. So no regret.
That's fair. I
Mm.
remember when I went back home, maybe not the first time, but like maybe the second time.
Yeah.
And I had to go to, not had to, but I wanted to go to a liquor store to
Mm.
pick up something. And I pulled up to this liquor store off of Faith Avenue, and it was like set back in a yard somewhere. And I just remember I pulled up to the place and I looked and I saw it was people out there, and I was like,
No.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Because, and I think my hair was like blonde or something. I was like, no. I was so uncomfortable. I was like, they're gonna be looking at me. I don't know what they can say. Like, it took me back.
Yeah.
So when people used to say shit like, "Oh, what's to see this," and this is like, ain't nobody want to deal with that.
No.
Especially at this big age, I can shoot you.
Hello.
So like, it's consequences to this type of stuff. I'm not just going to sit there and be like, "Mommy, no." I can pull out the Glock.
3,000.
3,000. It's going down. So like, I totally relate to that. Yeah. Oh my god, I have so many questions. Oh my god. Because having lived there, moved here, and experienced all of this is a lot.
Yes.
You could be here for 20 years and you still ain't done experience this shit over here.
It's always something new.
It's always something new. So you have a very unique perspective. Yeah. Now, having that perspective, what would you say to our people back home as it relates to the LGBTQ plus community? Like, what message would you relay to people who still have an issue with the community? Like, you know?
To simply put it, just mind your business. It's not, it ain't like it, there's nothing really, there's nothing really to unpack. There's nothing
literally
to unpack. Just mind your business. Who I sleep with has nothing to do with you. Whoever in my crusty bed with all my dead skin cells has nothing to do with you.
Nothing.
That's it. There's nothing else to say on that.
That's so period. That is so period.
Like, I just
honestly,
and this goes for anyone. Like, but back home specifically, who, like, I don't understand why people are so fixated on who's sleeping with who when there's so much other problems to focus on. Yeah. There's so much things. Someone back home probably just dead. You know, like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that I appreciate about back home, and you know, that's me. You know, I can't remove that out of me. But when it comes to the LGBTQ community and their like what the people back home prioritizes, it blows my mind. Like, the government fucking y'all. I ain't fucking y'all. Like, why is the minimum wage only what, 5? Hello?
$260 a week?
I'm sorry? One of my friends who, her boyfriend, he was a part of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. I think his salary for the year was like 10,000 something.
Jesus.
And I make double, triple more than you. No. That's what y'all need to focus on, not who I sleeping with. Because at the end of the day, I can sleep with who I want to sleep with, and you should do the same. Period. You know?
Period.
That's
I know a lot of people back home have this, even here, have this issue with like, oh, why y'all always have to have all these labels and whatever the case may be. It's because y'all kind of force people to do that. Like, y'all have othered us for so long. It's like, if you marginalize people, they have no choice but to like try to find some kind of identity.
Adapt. Yeah.
Right. So like, all these letters, LGBT, whatever, I don't even know all the stuff, but it's like, people have to find a way to belong.
Exactly.
You know, and that's their way of doing it. So I don't want to even talk about your sister because I don't want to get in her business because I don't want her to come for me. But I know, so that's so unique to me because like, you and your sister are part of the community.
Right.
Do you think it's genetic?
See, I always thought about it because a lot of my family gay. I don't know what it is, and I honestly, like, the more older I get, the less I believe in coincidences. And I'm like, that ain't no coincidence. Like, my mommy, I mean, not my mommy, my sister. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, guys.
I was gonna say, Ollie told me all the
Sorry, guys. It's the fabulous drink that we're having right now. My head, yeah.
Oh god.
But my sister, and and it's crazy because my sister's best friend, I remember my sister best friend, he confronted her and he was like, "Oh, I think your brother gay," and she's like, "No," and I was like, "Girl, yes, he's right." And she's like, "Oh, I don't know how I didn't see da da da." And I honestly feel like my auntie gay too, but that ain't my story to tell.
Mhm. Let's
Um,
call up and see.
girl.
Oh, that's the Annie who the deep voice or something. Hold on, I mean, you
Girl.
can't put that off the camera.
Listen, if I promise you, if we did a poll, if I showed a photo of her and a voice memo, they would be like, "No, girl, this
That's
girl,
the L.
hello,
That's the L or the B
one or the
or
other,
the T.
or the." Anyway, so yeah, child.
So okay because my sister is very straight as far as I know. My brother is very straight as far as I know. I always wondered like if I had another sibling who was like me, like if we would because I'm close with my siblings, but like if we'd be closer.
Yeah,
Are you and your sister? I mean, did y'all ever have that close connection because of that?
most definitely. I think that's something that we were able to obviously like relate to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons why I came out to
Oh wow.
my mom, because at the time my mom, like my sister, she likes to dress comfortably. So and her version of comfortable is like guy clothes. Like I don't know, sweatpants, a pullover, and she looks good. And my mom, she really wanted her to dress in like blouses and a dress and makeup and put on the sewing. And my
Mm-hmm.
sister, she was not interested in that. And I didn't like that. So I was like, girl, she giving you all this shit. She trying to shove you in these clothes or whatever. Let me give her something else. Hi, hello. Problem number two. That's one of the things that got me and my sister very, very close. And to this day, even though we don't speak right now, I know, like, I know her too well to not
Mm-hmm.
be close, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
You
y'all
know?
always have that
Yeah,
connection.
right. So, yeah.
That's one thing my cousin Shaquille, always used to say about Tonya, about your mom,
Mm-hmm.
was that he admired the way she is so accepting and so loving because we didn't necessarily have that.
Mm-hmm.
Like our parents weren't like, I don't know, abusive or nothing like that, but it was never that like, oh, this is what you want to be. Okay, let's figure this out. It was never like that. It was like we gotta pray this away, kind of thing,
Okay.
So that's why for us it was just like seeing her in action with y'all. It was like wow.
Mm-hmm.
Even to this day, I'm like wow. That's
Mm-hmm.
just so like fascinating to me. I wish more people could be like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I have to have her on this because I want to get into her mind to
Mm-hmm.
understand that. So like, because I feel like it's parents out there who need to be more like her,
Yeah.
understand like at the end of the day, that's your child.
Mm-hmm.
Your child deciding that they want to, not even deciding, your children being who they are is not necessarily a reflection of you.
Right.
It's who they are.
Right.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a younger person, because you're young chronologically speaking,
Right.
but emotionally speaking, mentally speaking, you're a lot older than
Mm-hmm.
your actual age. So I want to talk about dating because I mean, just have another sip.
Child, I need 2. Mm-hmm.
So
that was a hard swallow
that
now.
was a hard swallow.
It's Cleo.
Cleo. So I want to know because you've dated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Did you date before you moved? Because you were fairly young. Did you date before you moved here to Canada?
I wouldn't say date. I was like, because it was still new to me.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a guy who, and he still claims to this day that I was his first boyfriend. I didn't even know what a boyfriend was. Let's be real.
Sissies.
And and then there was another guy who like I was messing around with, not like sex or anything like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think we kissed. I think he was like the first guy I kissed. And but like I just was like figuring out this new part of myself pretty much. So I didn't date. No.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I was dating.
So after you came here to Canada,
Right.
what was that dating experience like for you? Let's get the rundown.
So let me like we getting into it. Okay. So I've been in Canada for 7 years now, and I've been in 3 relationships. The first one we met on Facebook. Very
Just D?
Just D.
Okay.
Met on Facebook, and he was a very interesting person. I think I was just like too like excited to be in a relationship, to have a first boyfriend or whatever. And at the time I was when I met him I was going into college, and I think we were together for probably like 6 months, and at the time I was living in Hamilton, and the college I was going to was in Toronto. So instead of catching a 3-hour train ride, is I think that's how long it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, maybe I should move to Toronto. If anyone knows, Toronto is very expensive. So at the time, he was also looking for a place, and I was like, well, I need to move closer to school, so we decided to get a place together. Wrong move.
That was a mistake.
Wrong move. Wrong. And the thing is, what made it even worse, it was so unnecessary because COVID happened. School was online now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So after that lease was signed, it was like, no, sir, online. So I moved for no reason. But anyway, everything happens for a reason, and I don't regret it.
Mm-hmm.
But I literally remember, and I think I told you this before because you helped me move in. The second you and Rio walk out of that apartment door, when the door say click and he lock it, my chest, like everything just dropped, and I was like, what the fuck did I do?
Wow.
I was like, so you mean I supposed to be staying here and
with you?
With hello. So that was very interesting.
And how old were you then?
I think I probably was 17, 18.
Okay.
Yeah, 17, 18. And yeah, I was so scared. And I think I also had a job. I think I was working at Blondie's Pizza. And I was making like $16 an hour. So at that time I was like, okay, money. I was able to afford my rent and all of that stuff, but I just was not. And I realized I didn't like him as well. I did not like him.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry if you're seeing this, but I did not like you.
When you see me do this, that means
it's business.
So, okay, why didn't you like him? What was it?
So, the saying to live with me is, or to know me is to live with me.
Yes.
I got to know him very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of things I did not like. I would like to think that I'm a very clean person. Like to talk about surface level things, he was not so clean. And like I remember, like as simple as like going into the fridge. You know when you pull on the fridge handle, at the back of the fridge handle, I felt food. You know, or like grease. Oh, oh, that used to do something to me. And then like besides that, like him not being clean, his mental, like I pretty much was the head of that relationship, and he was the ass. I prefer to be in a relationship where we're both contribute. Like maybe one day you're the head and I'm the tail, and vice versa. Like I want to be able to learn something from who I'm with, and vice versa. I wanted more. He had nothing going on. He would go to work at Walmart, come back home, eat, lay down, play game. No, it's not gonna work for me. And like I said, on top of that, he wasn't good mentally, and I could push you as much, but at the end of the day, you have to do the work for you. For you, and he wasn't doing the work. From what I know now, he went crazy. I remember I saw a video on social media where he went on Walmart's PA system and he started preaching the word of God. Yeah, and it was like they told him like you can't do that, and he was like, "Oh, so y'all stopping me from speaking the word of God?"
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So he went crazy. The second relationship I was in, um, even to this day, like I still feel feelings for him. Like whenever I think about him, I still feel feelings. You know,
Kind
those
of feelings,
those
like
feels. Like
you like him still?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Like if I were to see him, I would be very upset. But I think I'm upset because I wasn't finished. I was a dud. But how it was.
You wasn't done?
I was not done. So this was when I first moved to Calgary.
Okay.
So he pretty much like we were together for I think like 8 months or maybe less. I'm not sure. And he like I remember I think we went to the movies. And I remember when I came out the movies, he messaged me and he was like, "Hey, my dad just told me that they're moving to I think it was Buffalo or like a city right next to Buffalo, like to the border of the US where Detroit is or something like that. Um so they were moving to like Ontario. So it wasn't Buffalo, that's New York. It was like Ontario, and we literally had just moved from Ontario. I'm not moving back to Ontario with you and your family. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um so pretty much he decided to stay with me, and he was not ready to grow up. He was not ready to pay bills because in this house, we paying bills. It don't matter your age. And at the time, not at the time, he's older than me. So, girl, pick a bill. Which one?
Yeah.
Hey. So he was not ready for that. So one day he told me that he was going to visit his family, and this was probably like a month after his family moved away. Girl, you gonna go visit him already? Okay. So he was like, "Oh, he's gonna be there for a month." Hi, you're not coming back.
So okay, go ahead.
You're not coming
So
back.
he packed all this stuff.
He packed everything that he wanted to pack.
Oh.
The things he knew he could live it out. And I clock all of that. I'm like, I'm not dumb. I took him to the airport. And the crazy thing is, I told him, I said, I don't think you're going to come back. He's like, oh, why would I do that?
Because he was niggas.
Oh, okay. So.
What do you mean? Why would you do that? You did it though.
You did it. And sure enough, when it was time for him to come back, like, you know, to pick him up from the airport, I was like, so what time your flight is again? He was like, oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know when your flight is? So he was like, oh, he was talking to his mom, and his mom was like, she don't want him to go or something, something, something like that. And I went off because I'm like, I literally told you you're not coming back, and you said, why would I do that? Like, and the thing is, I gave him an out. I said, if you want to go, go. And he was like, oh no, like, why would I do that? And you still did it. That makes sense. I was giving you an out. I gave you several outs, and you still decided to play in my face. So that was that. Any questions thus far before I head into the last one?
So him telling you, oh, my mom said she didn't want me to go. That was the end of it, basically.
Yeah. And I went off, and then I blocked him. So he didn't even get a chance to respond. I said what I had to say, and that was that.
Fuck him.
Thanks.
Next. Because this the one I really want to talk about. Hold on. Oh. This is the one I really wanted to talk about because go ahead.
I don't even know where to start.
Go ahead.
So this guy, I met him on Bumble.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I said well. My second ex, I met him on Tinder. So this one I met on Bumble. This was the most recent. So, pretty much, we met on Bumble. I took a risk, and he lived in Vancouver. I live in Alberta. Vancouver's not far. It's an hour plane ride, if that. So, the first time we met, I took a plane ride without. We never did a video call. We never did nothing like that. So I never saw him live. We just texted, sent snaps,
okay,
and that was that. And so I took a risk, and I flew to Vancouver on the weekend, and I got an Airbnb, and he met me at the Airbnb. When I first saw him, I was over the moon. Like, I was so excited. I was so like, oh my God, this is happening. Like, you're actually real. You actually aren't a catfish. You're actually not gonna kill me, I don't think. We had a few drinks, and like, like, you could have tell there was like tension, sexual tension, but no one acted on it, which I love because it shows what you're really here for. For me, I would say, and yeah, it was really good. And then, where do I go next? And then, like, I kept visiting him, and which I had no issue with, because a lot of people ask me, well, why didn't he come to you? At the time, I wanted to keep him separate from everyone and everything. And on top of that, he told me that he didn't like traveling by himself, even though it was like an hour plane ride. But I was like, whatever, I like the feeling Vancouver gives me, and I'd rather keep you separate anyway. So I'll do it. So I kept visiting him. Probably visit him like every probably like once a month or something like that. I was traveling a lot. He pretty much asked me. He's like, "Oh well, why don't you just move to BC?" I can't remember the reason why. Something pushed it. But anyway, I moved to BC with him. On his birthday, he had like this birthday beach event thing. It was just me, him, and his two friends. His two friends who were sisters. Very toxic. They had a very, very toxic relationship. The sisters. And it was so bad. And at this time, we were living in our own apartment. He had a car and all of that stuff. So the sisters came to our apartment, and we all went to the beach together in my car. So, and he sold his car. So actually, he had a car, but then he sold it. So we were driving my car. So we all went to the beach. It's his birthday, and the sisters, they got into an argument. So me trying to be peacekeeper, I'm like, hey, like, why are you mad? Like, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, my sister, blah, 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 blah. And I'm trying to, like, make everyone, stay together, just my boyfriend's birthday, y'all calm down, pretty much. That's the only reason why I did it. I don't give a fuck about them sisters. I'm doing it because it's his birthday, and clearly y'all don't care, you know? And with being a peacekeeper, the sister, I can't remember the details, but I know the sister, she said something, and she was like, oh, me? I don't give a fuck. You came to me. You came to me. Like, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I trying to bring everyone together, and I think at the time she did say, well, she was open, like talking to us or something. So I pretty much was being the middleman. But now it was me who was the problem. I'm coming to her. She, didn't want any part of it or whatever. So um after that, the my boyfriend at the time, he pretty much was siding with the sister. And I was like, I'm sorry? Like, what? So I at that time I felt alone. I felt, because I'm away from all my family, I'm away from everyone. And then here I am trying to make sure your birthday goes well, because he has a history of not having good birthdays. And now you siding with your friends. Okay. So fast forward, I walk away and went to my car, and I was about to leave them. I was upset. And then here I am. I'm like, okay, don't do that. It's his birthday. Don't do that. So I called him. And when I called him, he hung up. Called him again. He was like, um, he said something about like, you, oh, you piece of shit, fuck you, blah 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 blah, and hung up the phone. Say one thing about us Bahamians, we don't like words like that.
We don't play that.
We don't play that. I don't know, no offense, but white people, they tend to throw those words loosely, and it's like, oh, come on, no, 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 no. That's like, you, you nasty to me now, So after you use those words, I still didn't leave. So now I break in like my like boundary, like my, you know what I mean? And yeah, he eventually he came up from the beach, and he started putting the stuff in the car, like, because we had like a beach umbrella, all of that stuff, and he started putting everything in the car. And he was like, oh, I'm so fucking upset at you. And I just was like letting him go on and go on and go on until he went on a bit too much. And I popped back. He hopped in the car, and then we started going back and forth. All I know, out of nowhere, he started hitting me. Girl, come on. This is the Naked Podcast. Hello. He started hitting me.
Well,
In my face. He started with his hands. He started pulling my hair. Not this new hair. That old hair I cut off. So this new hair. So not this hair. But he started pulling my hair. And I remember he, like, with him like hitting, he broke my windshield as well. He hit the rearview mirror, and with him hitting the rearview mirror, the rearview mirror like glued to the windshield, so the windshield crack. So I saw that too, and at the time I couldn't even care because of what was going on. So I told him to get out, and he got out, and I had the mind to roll him over. I was so close to rolling him over. so close.
Why didn't you?
I was so close to rolling him over. I don't know how he got back in the car, but he was back in the car at some point. And then he was like, "Oh, take me back to the apartment," and I was like, "No, walk, get out." And
Hmm.
then at some point he got out. As I'm driving back, I also had his keys to the apartment, so he had no way of getting in. So when I got back and I went upstairs, I started packing everything. And good thing I didn't have much things. Started packing everything. And I literally got like all of my clothes. I got a blanket, dropped all of my clothes in the blanket with the hangers, and I lugged all of them to the car. And right after I was done, I got a text and it was like, "Hi, this is like Vancouver's police department. I'm reaching out to you in regards to my ex's name." And I was like, "This gotta be a joke." He called the police on me.
He called the police on you.
On me. Pressure to all. He called the police on me. Y'all see me?
Now let's be clear, because he is white.
He is white.
Okay.
He is white. And you calling the police on a black man who has, like I said, look at me. He was taller than me. He wasn't bigger than me, but like because we both were very slim. But what am I gonna do? He told the police that he was in fear of his life and he was unable to get back in the apartment. So you in fear of your life.
I
Okay.
need something stronger than this.
Strong. So anyway, fast forward. I drove back. No. Sorry, I can't skip this part. He called the police, and right when I was driving out of the underground parking, that's when the police came, and he was like standing like with his friends, standing outside of the like that the garage of the underground parking, and he was like when I saw him, he came to the car, and he was like, "Oh, can I get my keys?" And I just continued driving because who you talking to?
Mm.
And I went to it was like a Burger King that was like right on the street, and I texted the friend and I was like, "Hey, meet me at the Burger King." So the friend came, and I gave her his keys, and she was like, "Oh, like he wants to talk, like like blah 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 blah." And I was like,
No, you're in fear for your life, right?
"Hello."
You're afraid for your life.
Right.
So what do you want to talk about?
Right. So his thing was so anyway, the police texted me and they was like, "Could you come back or whatever?" I told them I was in the area, so I went back. And then that's when he was like, "Oh, he's in fear of his life, blah 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 blah." But even the police officer, thank God, the police officer was like,
Mm-hmm.
"You in fear of your life
Yeah.
for what?" Like, but obviously they can't say anything, but clear it was clear. The police is like, "You can't be, look at us, you scared." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the police officer was asking me like, "Are you like, do you have anywhere to go?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I'll figure it out." So I went and I drove to Alberta back home. That was a 10-hour drive and very unexpected. So, I had to find gas money. That's a whole trip. That's a whole road, 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing my car was good on gas. And yeah, I drove overnight. And I remember he told me that He couldn't believe I was driving back. He said he thought I was gonna they were like me and him were like we were gonna talk and I was gonna go upstairs and wait on him because he was gonna go to his friend's Airbnb because they weren't like in Vancouver, they were in another city in BC. So they drove down and they got an Airbnb. So he went to their Airbnb. And yeah, he was like, oh, he thought I would have went back and he couldn't believe I was leaving. I'm sorry, but you can't be serious. Me stay here and you're the only person who I know here who's supposed to be my safe space and you want me to stay here with you? No, it's not happening. So I drove back. And keep in mind, at the beach we were drinking, I was tired. You know how the beaches drain you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so tired. And I remember I had to like sober up quick. Like, I don't know how I did it, but I drove for 10 hours nonstop. And then I remember I came to your apartment and as tired as I was, I couldn't sleep. Like I was just so I couldn't believe my reality. And then like probably like a week later, I got an email from him and he pretty much sent like he sent this apology and this like, oh, me not wanting to end things in this way, blah 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 blah. And I told him, I said I'm not mad. Because I wasn't at the time. Like I'm the type of person I get over things pretty quickly. Like I don't hold. I tend to not hold on to anything, you know. And I was like, I'm not mad. And then after that, we just like we were talking. It wasn't like a oh my god, let's get back together right now. No, we just was talking. Like we kept in contact, and then it eventually came into because he told me he was moving away. Like he made some hasty decisions, and him and his family decided to move out of country to Europe, to Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay. Um, so yeah, we just kept in contact. We were chatting, and then fast forward, there was more things that happened, but fast forward, um, my mom, she was moving back home. My sister, she was moving to Toronto. It would have just been me in Calgary. So I made the executive decision to get back together with him. And this is like months after, probably like 2 or 3 months after what had happened. And we decided to get back together. And then a couple months after that, probably like 7, 8 months after that, he had already moved to Spain. I still was here in Canada. And I met him up in Spain and we were working in Spain. We were getting things going in Spain. And the first red flag for me was I don't know, but let me ask you a question. If you hadn't seen your significant other for 8 months, 7 to 8 months, would you like how would you like how you think you would feel? Just think of someone who you deeply care for, who you miss. Y'all weren't able to have any like sexual activities or any nothing, and you got to see them after all of that time. How do you think you would react in that situation?
So the first night I got there,
Right.
we was fucking
Uh,
repeatedly.
thank you. Round 1, 2,
Repeatedly.
3, 4.
In fact, I want you to pick me up from the airport with no underwear. Because in the back of the Uber,
I
hey, what's happening?
in there. It needs to be out.
Out.
Air.
It's up.
And it's
Stuck.
stuck.
Just saying.
Just saying. So the first day we got to the hotel, um, nothing happened. And I was like, okay, maybe it's the nerves, maybe it's stress, maybe it's a lot going on, maybe it's like I don't know, like who knows? Everyone don't operate the same way. Day two, okay, girl, the nerves then gone. Hello, day three.
Nothing.
Day four. Give it up for day five. Give it up for day six. Day seven. Hello, is this on? It took a week for us to do something. A week. And I was like, okay. And he acknowledged it. He was like, sorry, nothing happened, blah, 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 blah. He was in his head about everything, and it's a stressful situation. So me being the understanding partner and because it ain't a big deal, but it's a big deal. So a month after I moved to Spain, we got into an argument. Our sense of humor is completely different. Things he just laugh at. I'm like, girl, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I just try my hardest to get it, but it ain't clicking. Our humor is like, girl, if you fall and you bust your lip, I can laugh.
Die laughing.
If someone fall and bust their lip, oh my God. What's so funny about that? Girl,
because they bust
their lip.
Oh,
then
funny.
I'm going to ask you if you're okay and still laugh. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just our sense of humor. He was able to be natural about his humor. He didn't have to break it down for me.
Right.
But I had to break it down for him. We had a argument. I can't remember what it was about, but I believe it stemmed from humor. I do remember that he said something to me, and I believe I said, see, and if I did something like that to you, it'd be a problem. And that turned into a big thing. And at the time, we were watching something, having a glass of wine, just, enjoying our evening in Spain. And all I remember is it just went from one thing to another thing to another thing. And then I got riled up because I'm frustrated at this point. And what us Bahamians or whatever, we just talk with our hands. We just, So he's like, oh, look at you. Like, look at how you're getting. Oh, I don't even recognize you. And I'm like, girl, that pissed me off.
That would have pissed me off. That would have pissed me off.
He's like, oh, I didn't even recognize you. And then as I'm talking with my hand, I hit a glass. I hit the wine glass off the table.
Oh, by accident? Or?
By accident. Because I'm talking with my hands and oh, look at you. You're breaking everything. I'm breaking everything. I accidentally.
He was in fear for his life. He was in fear for his life. You break up the whole house.
He don't want to break up. He don't want.
That was to gaslight you, though.
Yes. After that, I was riled up. I was mad. I was shouting. I was carrying on bad. So he, I think, after a bunch of like back and forth, at the time we were staying in an Airbnb. Myself and his parents, we went half on. So he was like, at some point, he was like, oh, you could get out. My parents paid for this.
Oh.
I'm sorry? One moment. Since we're doing this now, I don't like to do this. It don't make sense to me. But since we're doing this, every leaf, aka lettuce, that's in that fridge, every mushroom, every carrot, every juice, every water, I put in that fridge. The mere fact that you have this fridge right now is because of me and your parent. You paid $0.00. So if it's anyone who needs to get out, it's you. Hello? So I said, don't you touch not a fucking mushroom, not a grape in that fridge. Since we doing that, and it's not the first time he's done that, he's always counting counting and watching who do what. I don't like that.
Mm.
So when he did that, I was like, "Oh, we're going there." I said, "Okay, bet, fair game. Would you pay for?" "Oh, okay, get out. You get the fuck out." So anyway, he left. He was trying to leave the apartment, but I blocked the door. I was standing in front of the door. One second I was in front of the door, the next second my head was on the ground. My eyeball was next to glass. Because remember I broke the wine glass. Eyeball next to the glass. And he was on top of me, choking me. When I tell you I don't like that happened so fast. I don't remember it just happened. And when he was choking me, this dude, when when you're doing things or whatever, you're upset and you know that adrenaline going. But once you did what you did, you kind of get a sense of like, oh, okay, I shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
So like you come back to yourself a bit. He realized what he was doing. You know what he did? He choked me harder. He squeezed harder.
Ooh.
So
So he recognized it's crazy. He was like, "Well, since we already here,
yeah,
that's a killer."
yeah, but you and fair for your life. Okay. So fast forward, we eventually talked about it, blah 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 blah. I didn't realize that I wasn't I wasn't finished with that. I didn't realize how much that was like a no, and and there was a lot of little things that happened that contributed to me not wanting to be there anymore and not wanting to be fully invested in the relationship anymore. And at some point, there's more to it, but I ain't get into it. But I pretty much felt alone. I already made a sacrifice for the second time to say, well, to push for the relationship and, you know, grow with you and all of that stuff. And this is what I get, you know? And I didn't feel safe. I felt distant from everyone, the time difference and all of that stuff. It was just getting to me. And the thing is, we agreed if one person didn't, if they weren't feeling it, the plan B would be to go back to the Bahamas.
Mm.
So once I realized that, hey, okay, you could clearly see I ain't feeling this, and it was simply because me and you were not in the best spot. And I remember it was one night I was on the balcony. I was so tired, and I just was sitting there and crying. And he realized I was down. You know what this nigga did? He went in the bathroom, showered, and went to bed. Hello.
So he didn't care.
He cared after probably like 3 hours went by. After he realized that I was not coming to bed anytime soon, he came out and he's like, "Oh, why don't you come to bed? I want you to come to bed." I. So fuck why I out here.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck what going on in my head. You want me to come to bed. You don't think I want to go to bed? You don't think so? Okay. So yeah, that was that. And then fast forward like 4 months in, I was at my wits end, and I ended things, and I took my ass back to the Bahamas.
Was he an alcoholic?
Ooh. So his family, like he has a family member who is an alcoholic. I realized he had like a lot of like alcoholic characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would want to drink early. I'm like, girl, could you give it until at least like 12 o'clock? Like, don't get me wrong, morning drinking or day drinking is a thing, but every other day. And then he still know when to stop.
You don't know his limits.
No. And I remember one time I told him, I said, whenever you drink, that's when we argue. So like there would be times where he would drink and he would, feel so loose and feel so good, and to the point where it got annoying to me. Like he would do certain things and I'm like, you being annoying, and it's like really, really annoying. And like whenever I would get like annoyed, he'd be like, oh, like like, well, what's wrong with you? You doing too much. And I remember one time I told him like, or like it was something on the TV playing, and I think it was like addressing like stuff like that, like people who don't know their limits and all of that stuff. And I remember he asked me, he was like, "Oh, like, do you think I don't know my limit?" And I lied, and I was like, "No, I think you know. I think you just like to have fun, bitch." I lied. You just do too much.
Mm-hmm.
But it came to a point where I was like, I was picking and choosing my battles, but I was picking to not choose any battle.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much, you know?
Yep.
So I just was like, I'm out. He cried. He was like, "Oh, it shouldn't go like this. It shouldn't be like this. Blah 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 blah." Um, he's like, "I know there's nothing I could say what would make you stay. You damn right." And to this day, I don't regret my decision. I do not. I don't regret going to Spain, but I definitely don't regret leaving. Like that was one of the best decisions I could have made.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's deep. That is deep. So you left Spain, went back home.
Yep. I went back home, started selling bread. I know. Started selling bread. Um I wrote 3 books. I wrote Unshakable. It's a book about it's a self-guide book of overcoming self-doubt and building everlasting confidence, specifically tailored towards women. Then I wrote a book called Debt to Dream. That was a financial book of like basic financial skills and all of that stuff. And then my last book was about is named Soul and Sync.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much a book about centering yourself, and it's like 8 different practices to pretty much center yourself in a chaotic world. And yeah, now I'm back here in Alberta, and I'm an insurance broker, and I just moved into my own apartment.
Period.
And so I was sitting on the floor right now.
The couch will be here
Very shortly.
Very shortly.
And the 60, 70, 80, 90 inch TV will be here.
Very shortly.
Very shortly.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm very happy. I am very happy. I don't like working. That's all right. That's a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
But I am in a way better situation or predicament, whatever you want to call it, than I was a year ago. And don't get me wrong, ever since I moved back, there's been some battles, there's been some hurdles, there's been some unexpected news, but that ain't stopping me. I am here. And I am happy.
Period.
I am so happy, and I didn't realize that until right now.
There you go.
I am actually happy.
There you go. That is amazing. See, sometimes you have to strip down to realize you have everything you need.
Everything I need. And one of the reasons why I moved away was because I thought I didn't like Canada. especially because of the cold that Alberta brings. But I realize everywhere you go, whether it's home, but like back in the Bahamas, whether it's a state in the US, whether it's Europe, there's always going to be something you don't like. And the cold is just one thing that I don't like about Canada. And that's okay, but how I view Alberta now, I view Alberta as a foundation. I view it as a place where I can say, well, okay, this is my safe house. This is going to be this is home for me. Yeah.
So I feel like you had to go back, like all of that had to happen for you to end up here.
Yep.
So like you had to go to Vancouver and then come back.
I had to.
You had to go to Spain and then go back home
Mm-hmm.
and then come back here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like you went home basically to get your soul in sync,
Mm-hmm.
so you could come back here.
Mm-hmm.
See, the journey is not always like this.
No.
It's very
up and down, left and right.
Circular. It's just
yeah.
So you left home to live, and you see all the living you did here, there, and now you living.
I live
in your own house.
Hello, and you remind me constantly.
Period, because I want you to know this is your house that you paid for. Excuse me.
Hi.
You remember when you was back home and you was just like, I'm so tired of this.
Oh,
it's so hot. I'm not making any money doing this. Da, la, 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 la.
It was so bad.
And literally, it was like this.
1 second, I was home selling bread inconsistently, because 1 second I got like a lot of orders. Next second, nothing. Very inconsistent. And the next second, I got a call pretty much saying, hey, hi, hello, William. Come in for an interview, please. So, with me not having another dollar, I found the money to fly my ass back to Calgary for a job I wasn't even 100% that I was going to get. Because you never know. Like, I knew I was going to get it, but you never know. Anything's liable to happen. Mm-hmm. But I sure did get it. Sure did get it.
Yes.
And here I am now. And even like right now, it feel like I dreaming. I don't know when it's going to settle in, but I'm just taking my time.
It don't ever have to settle in.
I don't think I don't think so.
So with all of that said, you already been through all of this stuff now. Now you're in this new space and this new space. Now, are you open to love again?
Yeah, I am. The crazy thing is, I am so like good on it though. At the same time, like I'm like before, I was like searching. I'm like, girl, I need the next nigga. Now I'm just like,
what the fuck?
What ever? The fuck ever? I'm like, girl, if you come, you come. If you taking your time, take your time. I'm like, I'm cool, and I'm so like protective of myself now. And when I say that, I'm not saying that I'm closed off. I'm like, before, when I saw a red flag, I would ignore it. I'm like, girl, we could grow out of that, or I could compromise easy. No, it's not happening. If I see, hey, I didn't see we ain't gonna be compatible, that's a lost cause. We could be friends. If you don't want to be friends, then cool. So I am in a very different headspace. Not so rushy, not so, eager. I'm very comfortable. Like, I would love to have someone. I would love to, have those cuddles, have that person you could have those deep conversations with, and, just have a good time with. But I'm also good with my peace. Yes. I'm also good with being by myself.
Yes.
Also good with doing me and just just seeing what else is out there. Not quick to jump in the next relationship. Maybe I need a few friends with benefits on the way. Maybe I need, I don't know, not hookup. I'm not into hookups, but like I love connections. So like when it comes to those sexual things or whatever, like I tend to have that one person maybe that I'm like, okay, I like you, but I'm not quick to say, well, okay, let's get into a relationship. Like I'm good with us having a good connection. Who knows? Maybe sex is involved, but I'm not like quick to just jump into the next relationship.
I can relate.
Yeah.
I can relate. That's a good place to be though, because people keep people fuck people. People keep saying like when you stop looking, that's when it happens. So that's what I did. I just like I delete Bumble, Tinder, Facebook dating. I delete all of that. Because I'm like, I'm not trying. I'm not trying. I'm not chasing anybody. We're gonna attract because I was sitting in it, and I do this a lot now.
Yeah.
Is I sit in my car alone at McDonald's or at a park, and I just like, and thanks to Cleo and to you and to Brad and people who've been like more spiritual, because I feel like religion has a lot of people trapped in like this oppressive mentality. But I tell myself the way I want things to be. And I feel like whatever I want is just it's coming to me. And I feel like the same thing's gonna happen to you. You know what I mean? Like
It's just a matter of mindset. Like I
that's what
remember
it is.
I had a conversation with my best friend and I asked her, I was like, well, I was like, you interested in traveling? And she's like, yeah, I would like to go to Paris or something, but I know that's not going to happen. I said, you damn right it's not.
Exactly.
Because you make up your mind it's not going to happen. So whenever I think about manifestation, I just think of your way of thinking and perspective. So if you feel like this thing is like even the slightest doubt, if you like, oh yeah, I can get $1 million, you won't get that. Like in the back of your head, like you just saying it,
Yeah.
but you don't mean that. So that's how I view manifestation. I don't view it as something like, oh my god, like you said this was gonna happen, and then oh my god, it magically happened. No, your intent was for it to happen. You knew you were capable of this happening, and it happened because of that. So it's almost like a cause and effect kind of thing.
Yes.
So
Give up that resistance.
Resistance.
Give
exactly.
it up. Give it up.
Exactly.
Give it up. So wrapping up with your green socks. So you left Nassau, left Toronto, left D, left C, left R.
Just a cheat code playing game.
Then back home, left there again, and now
I am here
living. That's something I want to leave people with, whoever might listen to this. If it doesn't serve you, leave it the fuck alone. Let it go. Let it go and get rid of that scarcity mindset, thinking like, oh, I have to stay in this because no, you don't have to do nothing. You don't have to stay in anything that does not serve you.
Thank you.
Period. And with that said, you can put your clothes back on.
And you was naked. Girl, talk about vulnerable.
Wow.
Girl, you gotta be delusional.
You have to.
You have
to delude yourself into what you want.
Oh.
You can imagine Tingham.
Oh.
Tingham.
God.
Imagine Tingham.
Oh God. Hold on. Who's Tingham?
What you mean who's Tingham?
You talking about Pumpkin.
No, I thought
Girl.
about my thing.
Oh, fun.
Ah! With that said, thank you for being on the Get Naked podcast.
For sure. Anytime.
This was good. Let's show them our soup.
Oh, yeah.
Before we let y'all go.
This about to get heat up. You could see. It look. Ooh, they look good.
Oh.
This is a vegetable soup, just vegetables. You have your potato, carrots, tomato, broccoli. That's all we're doing. Celery's in this.
That looks good.
Onions. That's all we're doing. No meat.
Tomato.
Period.
And that's a wrap for
Get